You know?
That's so scary. It's real, bro. Honestly, it's real. But yo, how do you do that?
Yo, come check out dude's eye, man. It's just crazy.
Oh my God! Did you see that? Oh my God! Did you see that?
Oh my God! Did you see?
Crazy.
This is absolutely wild. This is quite literally the mark of the beast. This is how you would go from human to non-human. I don't know about you, but I feel like looking in his eyes, I could see like no soul. Like, where'd the soul go? I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head, but I just feel like something feels off here. It's very, very alarming. And once you get this, there's no going back. Whatever incentives they try to push out to get you to get this, you guys be smarter. Be smarter. This is the mark of the beast.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and...
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, you know, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, you know, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where?
Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on a whole different timeline. This is far from normal. Are we in an alternative universe? It's very rare that I'm speechless. However, at the pace that things are accelerating, it's getting difficult to keep in track of all of this. So here you have a man who got a portion of his skull cracked out and replaced with the Neuralink. You can clearly look at this individual and his eyes are going blank. They're changing colors. There's nothing there. Lights on, no one home. It really looks like something off a sci-fi film. Everything you've seen is 100% real. And I'm a little bit flabbergasted at this one. And of course, they're incentivizing people to go get this Neuralink, and they're telling people that they will be able to have superpowers. You know, not too long ago, Trump said some of the technology will give people Christ-like abilities. That's what he said, word for word. One of these alleged abilities is to be able to move objects with your mind. Another ability will be, they're saying that you could, and this is all alleged, but this is what I'm hearing. They're saying that you will be able to program certain muscle memory. Example, your favorite NBA player's jump shot. They said you will be able to program Steph Curry's jump shot, Michael Jordan's jump shot into your muscle memory. They're talking about having the ability to be able to read minds. Of course, there's people who have spinal cord damage, paraplegics. They're basically saying they will be able to walk. People who lost limbs will be able to use artificial limbs with the technology in their mind to be able to move objects or operate these limbs. So the future is here. Are we ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? What does the Bible say about all of this? What does the Most High say about the time that we're in right now? We got to talk about it, man. As always, we give up nothing but the truth. So as you enter the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that y'all get the likes up. And as you view this broadcast, make sure you stay nothing short of interactive. Let's get to it.
They working against us. They hate our souls. They hate us. They hate our righteous indignation. They hate the exhortation that dwells in us. They hate our love. They hate our conviction. They hate the fact that we repented. They hate the fact that we're truthful, honest, and bold. They hate our courage. Them devils hate us. We're not finna line ourselves up with these weirdos and freaks, but these weirdos and freaks. They working against us. They hate our souls. Weirdos and freaks. But these weirdos and freaks, they working against us. They hate our souls. New breed.
Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's poppin', everybody? I see Dublin Fitzpatrick in the building. Aaron Thompson, what's happening? Tania's in the house. I see y'all. Ronald Thompson, Susan, Ya144. Golden C is in the building. Mike Davis is in the house. Alicia Lopez. Nika Soul Palace is in the building. Amy Brown is in the house. Y'all, they trying to push this mark of the beast. That's exactly what the Neuralink is. And they're really trying to package this thing up as something that's just innovative and cool and something that is, next level. And I feel like a lot of the youth will gravitate towards this Neuralink. And of course, they got other ways of promoting and pushing it to those outside of the tech world as well. Especially when some type of digital assets are attached to it. So we got to talk about this. This thing has become a spectacle online. We got some viral footage going around. Of course, we got to talk about this. We got this gentleman here who has been roaming the streets, who just received the Neuralink.
A Neuralink device that's implanted under my skin.
What is that? What advantages do you have?
I can't really say.
Can you predict outcomes?
I can't really say.
You want us to put those in our brain and then do what you want? You could type in whatever you want in your little prompt and I'm not a human anymore. I am now a... 3 words. Satan is desperate.
Yep, and all those who are believers in the word, we already know what time it is. The book of Revelations tell us that he will cause all, small and great, free and bond, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that they may not be able to buy or sell, saith they have the mark. So they're already implanting people. They've finally got a test dummy, a crash dummy, if you will. And it had to be a brother. It had to be a brother because, immediately they definitely want our people to gravitate towards this because, we stay away from stuff like that. We're a little bit too suspicious of this type of stuff. So they had to get a brother to do it. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Most of us are not going to get involved in that. We don't know where this gentleman comes from. We don't know if he's some type of CIA plant. We don't know if he was raised in some type of Project Monarch, MK Ultra, butterfly program. We don't know. And they just kind of, used him to, promote this to the public. We don't know. All we know is this. We're living in a time that's just absolutely satanic. And they're putting it out there right in our faces. Straight up.
It's getting really weird. This is a man who just got the Neuralink chip in the side of his head to control a mouse. Take a look at this.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and...
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where?
Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more.
I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, where there were just things that you had to learn. Even though someone can smile and tell you everything is good. You want to try this? Me and my boys will look. Nah, we good, man. Appreciate it though. And go to school. In my opinion, that don't look right. And I'm not going against nobody else. All I'm saying is it's not adding up with the benefit of humanity without another agenda behind it. A deeper, more insidious one that aligns with the scriptures in the Bible about the end times with the mark of the beast in your hand or in your forehead. In your head. In your head. In your head. Use your head. This doesn't mean that at all, you guys. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying this just because he's a black man and you get a black man just to say it's cool. The entire world will be more influenced because a black man holds power to say something is good. As a test subject, no, not at all. Not at all. In fact, if I seen him in person, I would have a conversation. We would have to go over some things. And I'm sure that we would have some good communication. Now, as for me and as for you, this is not saying that we should avoid this like the plague. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying avoid any type of digital imprint of someone's coding that you have not overseen to be imputed into your body that could potentially alter the very course of your destiny and permanently shut you out of the gates of heaven. I'm not saying that at all. What did we learn? It's getting really weird.
Listen, that man's soul is in the abyss already. And whatever is left of him is in a sunken place inside of his body. He's pretty much compartmentalized inside of his own consciousness, trapped inside a computer chip, controlled by algorithms and frequencies. Now, I want y'all to consider this. What type of torture he's really going through, because he can't just tell you what he's going through. More than likely, they're programming his dreams. They're probably advertising in his dreams. I'm pretty sure there's some voice to skull technology going on. He's probably being tormented and can't even say nothing. Imagine being tormented, going through hell on earth, but you got to smile because your body has some type of muscle memory or some coding that makes you smile while you are dying and burning inside. He could be full of pain and we don't even know it. And he's putting a smile on his face. That's how deep the rabbit hole goes, y'all. This is alarming. Now, mind you, he's the first human test subject. The scriptures tell us in Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yo, it ain't no more renewing his mind. He has conformed to the world completely. Because guess what? The battle ultimately is over the mind. The world wants to do what? Shape your thinking. If you put something in your brain, it's going to shape your thinking. So believers are constantly told in scripture to guard their minds, remain spiritually anchored. We're told that all through the Bible. So what happened when you just let something in your brain that don't belong there? It is some crazy stuff going on with this one, y'all. It is. Yes, this is real.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could
See, that's how they're gonna try to push it to people who are disabled and things of that nature. But really, y'all got to understand, this is transhumanism. This is straight up biometrics and automation merged within a human, in a human specimen. That's what this is. And for this person to be the first subject, this just caused a complete paradigm shift. It shows you just how much they're ready to accelerate the Neuralink. I believe, actually, not even I believe, they are. It has just been announced that they are in the process of mass production of that chip that's in that guy right there. Mass production is out there.
still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, you know, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, you know, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where?
Right here. So
that's a real creep show going on, y'all. It is getting diabolically strange.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
All right, we've seen that one. Hold on.
For everybody with the eye to see and the ear to hear, we already know it's a distraction. Trump is a puppet. He is a puppet. The people behind the scenes are the ones calling the shots. ICE is doing nothing but rounding up test dummies. This is nothing but a laboratory, and we are being used as experiments. While you're talking about everything that doesn't matter, the Golden Dome Project is currently being built. Infrastructure is being worked on. And if you don't know what the Golden Dome Project is, look it up. Look it up. Elon Musk and Trump doing their thing. Neuralink mass production started in January this month, 2026. The reason why ICE allegedly is ganging up all of these immigrants. New World Order. Project Blue Beam. They have already released the Stargate documents. This is old. They have had this technology that can penetrate your electromagnetic field to make it to where your thoughts are no longer your own. If you do not have the eye to see and the ear to hear, and you can't differentiate your voice from another, you get where that's going? They already gave a warning about people seeing demons and giving it demon face syndrome as a name. They already told you with 3-Eye Atlas, aliens is a thing. Area 51, they've been in cahoots. They've been dropping the breadcrumbs. It's up to you to pick them up. The more you know, the more you know. Yeah.
Okay, so she just threw a whole lot at y'all all at once. You know, she named a lot of different programs that's being used. I want to simplify what she's talking about here. And, you know, she's on point with what she's saying. It's just that, you know, the way she's delivering it, she's hitting you with all angles. And there's a couple of allegedlys in there, you know. Now, whether ICE is gathering people for test subjects or not, you know, we cannot clarify that at all. We can't verify that. However, what we do know is ICE was given billions of dollars for technology. You know, they were given billions of dollars for surveillance. ICE was. So for whatever reason, ICE will be a part of this new world order. And, you know, they will more than likely be the ones who are rounding up the people that they have, you know, in their surveillance tapes. Whoever they have data on, more than likely they will be coming after said people. You know, now whether it's being used for immigration or not, I doubt it. I mean, you got rid of all of the immigrants. We don't have no immigrants in America. It ain't nobody waiting outside of Home Depot no more. Most people who speak Spanish they're afraid to speak Spanish in public nowadays. The immigrant issue, it seemed to be something that's been solved. But ICE is being used for sure, for certainly. And now you got the rise of these data centers.
Stop calling them data centers. Call them what they actually are. Mass surveillance centers. It's true. What do you think this is about? Getting you faster, like internet or some shit? This is what it is. The data centers are to surveil you. They will be hooked up to the Palantir system if they already are, I'm sure. It's supposed to connect all our cars, all our houses, all our devices, all our TVs, all your dishwashers. They got freaking smart toilets, smart fridges that read the barcodes of all the food you eat. They got smart meters, which collect all your data out of your house anyway. They're building a big smart grid to control you, not to make you safe or cool or good. Now, I don't know about you, but when you figure that out and you find out the amount of money, effort, and energy they put into making sure our pineal glands are calcified and that we're full of fluoride, I think it's quite the notable act of rebellion to detox and boost your system naturally. Mm-hmm. And right now, Chalk is giving away free $100 bags of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which stimulates stem cell production. Plus,
listen, the Bible tells us, and this is an important scripture here, and it's Isaiah 8:12. It says, "Say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say, a confederacy, neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread." See, the reason why a lot of people are going to fall for the mark of the beast and go line up to go get it. Yeah, most of the people, brothers and sisters, are going to get the mark of the beast. And the reason they're going to do that is because of fear. Because people are going to panic. People are going to speculate. People are going to become so consumed by fear at the thought of losing civil liberties and luxuries, they're going to line up to go get it. And once they do, they're never going to be the same again. They're never going to be the same again. But I know you brothers and sisters have been up to speed. One in the chats, if you ain't getting nothing implanted in you. Matter of fact, put 2 ones in the chat if you're not getting none of these V words that they're going to be coming out with either. Because you're going to rely on the Most High and you're going to take care of your health and do the things you got to do to combat some of the terrorism that these maniacs are doing. But it is getting real in the battlefield.
Wait until you go to church and you find out that flock cameras and AI-powered CCTV cameras are in your church, counting how many people have attended. Wait until people find out that AI-powered cameras are in your church, counting how many people are in attendance, the behavioral patterns, the movements, the pattern of life and location of every attendee in the church. Wait until flock camera is integrated into the entrance and exit of your church. They did this in China. Everything that's happening in China is a pattern of what's going to happen in America. Everything that has happened in North Korea is a pattern of what's going to happen in America. And a lot of people are asleep. A lot of people now, this could be polarizing. Some group of people might want the cameras inside and outside of the church. Some people are opposing it. What I'm saying is,
It is coming to America, and it is coming to your church, whether you're a Protestant, Catholic, or Jew. It is coming to your church. Wait until you go to church and you...
Yep. And they're going to be studying people's behavior patterns. They're going to be studying to see if people are spiritually aware. They're going to be looking at how people maneuver. They're going to be practically reading people's thoughts and body language in order to know how to maximize profit. The pastors, the 501c3 pulpit pastors, they're going to be in on it. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want no parts of this. I don't want no parts of what this society is doing right now. I mean, this world is becoming unrecognizable. It's becoming unrecognizable. It's becoming something that just feels dystopian. It feels like something out of a damn Stephen King novel. How many of y'all be feeling that sometimes? Like, what in the actual is going on here? Like, what's next? And the Bible really does quantify all of this. When you go to, I want to go to Proverbs 4:7. Actually, let's take it to Thessalonians, because these are the scriptures that's going to keep us grounded getting through this. Thessalonians says, and this is 1 Thessalonians 5:21, prove all things and hold fast to which is good. Nowadays, you got to investigate. You got to test people's claims. You got to do it all. You just got to be on point. You got to question everything nowadays. Hold on one moment. All right, let's get to it.
You find out that flock cameras and AI-powered CCTV cameras are in your church, counting how many people have attended. Wait until people find out that AI-powered cameras are in your church, counting how many people are in attendance, the behavioral patterns, the movements, the pattern of life and location of every attendee in the church. Wait until flock camera is integrated into the entrance and exit of your church. They did this in China. Everything that's happening in China is a pattern of what's going to happen in America. Everything that has happened in North Korea is a pattern of what's going to happen in America. And a lot of people are asleep. A lot of people now, this could be polarizing. So
what he just said is true. A lot of people are asleep, especially Americans. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you got to question everything. Do your due diligence, decode everything, because the mass majority are zombies. They are so sleep that they are willing to do anything. And then they're going to try to convince you, brothers and sisters, there's something wrong with you, because you don't want to line up and get another V or get something implanted in you so you can get some type of job or keep some type of job. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. You're going to be criticized. And listen, it's going to shock you, because in your mind, you like, yo, that's not normal. You want to go get a chip in your brain? You want a chip in your hand? Well, it's about clearances. Hey, stop living in the past. That's how they're going to talk. And you're going to be like, you think that's normal? You think that's okay to put something in your hand just to get some clearances? And you're going to be sitting there, your mind's going to be boggled, because it's going to be people you never expected to even veer towards those type of things. It's going to be church folks, people that claim they love Jesus. They're going to be lined up to get it. It's going to be shocking. Isaiah 5:20 says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. There's going to be moral confusion. And the Bible is warning you about moral confusion. See, society is beginning to really lose the ability to distinguish what's right and what's wrong, y'all. That's why those who have discernment are the ones who are going to make it. Those are the ones who are going to reach salvation. The mass majority are sheep, straight up. Linda, thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
Some group of people might want the cameras inside and outside of the church. Some people are opposing it. What I'm saying is, it is coming to America, and it is coming to your church, whether you're Protestant, Catholic, or Jew. It is coming to your church. Wait until you go.
That's real talk, though. That is real talk. And you know, one of the scientists that recently died, he warned us about the time that we're in right now. And I want to share what he had to say. If y'all can remember the name of this scientist here, the man who he just recently was one of the scientists that ended up missing and was found what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. What was his name? I think it was oh man, somebody let me know in the chat if y'all are aware of this particular scientist. He was telling us about something that I really have suspected lately, that we're on some type of different kind of timeline. Like something, they have found a way, whether it be the CERN program, but they have merged our realities. Something has changed. And a lot of us can feel the shift. We can feel the change. Peep this.
Very evil people are running the planet and want to kill you. And they're trying to do that, and they're aggressively pursuing this goal right now. There are two lines of reality in the world. In one reality, you are believing...
That's his name. Thank y'all. David Wilcock. David Whitcock. That's him right there. Wilcock, I believe, is his name. That's him. And he was saying some stuff, y'all.
Everything that they tell you, and you can't understand why things are so crazy. Those people who want to live in that denial, they are being battered by experience, they are being battered by information, they are being battered by consciousness, and they are seeing all of these things come in to their reality, whether they like it or not. Those of us in the truth community say, we don't understand why people can't conceptualize such simple things. This is simple information. Why can't you understand something that's so easy? Please try to have more compassion for these people who are suffering and understand that it has nothing to do with the simplicity of the concept. The concept is very simple. Very evil people are running the planet and want to kill you. And they're trying to do that, and they're aggressively pursuing this goal right now. Anyone could theoretically be a philosopher and say, well, I don't believe this, and it makes me scared, and it makes me feel unsafe. But hypothetically, theoretically, maybe perhaps just in case, what if it's real? Your maturation is the awakening that you are in a hero's journey, that there is a huge villain, and you better get off your ass and fight him before he kills you. That's what's so hard to understand. The alchemy of the galaxy, the alchemy of Jesus Christ, is that you will become like him. John 14:12. As I do these things, so shall you do them, and greater things. So it ultimately comes with the understanding that you cannot die. You cannot die. You are not threatened by anything. You have nothing to worry about. And this whole entire world, as traditional as it seems to be, is actually a reality construct. Paradigm shift. It's coming to realize that everything you ever thought was true in your life is a freaking lie. You were lied to about every single thing. And they have mind control where you don't know they did anything. And they do it so well that you can't remember that they did anything. I have a personal stake in getting rid of these things because they abused me, and I am not happy about it. And if you think this is fake and you want to laugh at me, and you think that I'm making up abuse memories and that this shit didn't really happen to me.
So you have to.
And David was found, and he talked about it. He talked about everything that a lot of us chosen ones know, everyone who has experienced the state of consciousness that we have arrived. You know, listen, the Bible says to much is knowledge, much grief. And once you know what the world is supposed to be, opposed to what it is, it's like a blessing and a curse, because you know that something is wrong. The world's spinning on a broken axis. You know that they are targeting our mortality. You know that there's a grave plot to demoralize and dehumanize us, as well as completely take us out. We know that. But what keeps us going is Christ. What keeps us going is the understanding that we never actually die. Energy, light doesn't die. Pure energy only lives on. It's only translated. So once you understand that, he called it the alchemy of Christ. I wouldn't word it that way. I would say the eternal light. It's more like the eternal light than alchemy, because it's not magic. It's not sorcery. It's not any of that. It's just an eternal light that God's chosen people carry. And they know it. You know, the government study consciousness. They actually study it. There's so many documents that has been released lately about how they study our consciousness and how it affects our mind, our body, our souls, and it also affects our mortality. But we're going to get into that. Let's go.
Connect the dots, okay? Now at this point is called disclosure. Means who govern you, it's governed by a force that we are not gonna talk about today, which type of force is and what they are, but they made everything consuming in the society, including food, as rituals, as something that make pain to some other life forms. So your work is to study your perception and to be so mindful that you learn time traveling. You learn to stay in the self and in the timeline, somatically, intellectually, and let's say physically, because your vascular need to hold the integrity on the ground.
I'm gonna let y'all in on something, and don't think I'm going too far off when I say this. We're already on a different timeline. A lot of people, they ask, why does 40, 50, and 60-year-olds look the way they look now, opposed to how they look back in the 70s and 80s? And there's a huge difference between how 40, 50s, and 60-year-olds look now than back then. And it's because of one simple truth. It's one simple truth. Why a lot of people look a little younger now, a lot younger now than they did back then. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is moving faster. The days are literally shorter. We are in a time where the Most High has accelerated the time, and the scriptures point to this. It says, if he did not speed the time, no flesh would survive what mankind is doing. So we are on a different timeline. Days are faster than they used to be. That's why the concept of age is really not the same anymore. You know, the concept is not the same. So if you want to be technical, we were born for such a time that we're in right now. And we're doing what we're doing. We're living our lives, but let's go.
Of your expansion in a way that you cannot be taken over from any other forces or any other protocol of the reality. So you can alterate events physically, relationally, and globally. This is the 369. It works on 3 levels by knowing the 369s of your mind, body, and self. I explained all these elements in the program. Integrity means you walk in a frequency in a freaking week, and a week it creates a Tesla.
Very evil people are running the planet and want to kill you, and they're trying.
Yo, it's just simply the truth, y'all. And let's get the likes up on the video. Let's get to it. It's just simply the truth. They study our conscious. Peep this.
So the government accidentally admitted that consciousness is real.
What is consciousness and where does it come from?
What is consciousness and how does it happen?
Consciousness also is what makes life worth living.
Now the CIA has studied consciousness for decades and released documents on remote viewing, alternative dimensions.
The War Department says more files will be released soon.
And even how human consciousness interacts with itself and reality.
And it makes you more resilient, it makes you more creative.
Plus scientists have also found that meditation actually changes the brain, alters your nervous system, and even changes your emotional perception. AKA, we have the ability to transform our realities using our minds. Therefore, they know the power that is generated when you are connected to yourself as a spiritual being. So all of us talking about intuition and tree hugging, we're right. And honestly, the deeper you look into this stuff, the harder it becomes to ignore or deny. Are you aware of this? So the government accidentally admitted that consciousness is real.
What is consciousness?
So yes, when you are tapped into nature, when you are on your natural frequency, the government knows that you are a stronger specimen. You are harder to break. The scriptures validate everything that's being brought out as well. All right. Now, I want to also show y'all something that's going on. We got a couple more sources out of here as well, but I got to show y'all this.
Well, it will definitely happen. I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, Definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface.
Wow.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
And one of the important statements we, I think, made at our most recent developers conference is that we believe that one of the big advantages of augmented reality is actually solving problems here on Earth, and it will be things like having glasses and being able to translate as you speak with glasses, and those are very close.
Holograms will be very, very high quality in the era of 6G.
So in the era of 6G, holograms is going to be normal. 6G is being rolled out 2030, ladies and gentlemen. What this individual here said is that the need for the smartphone would be completely oblivious by 2030 because everybody's going to be operating on holographic images, which means by 2030, the mass majority of people, according to their speculation, by 2030, the mass majority of people will have something implanted in them where they can just project holographic images. Imagine somebody using their phone like this, and they're just typing, hey, text this person, or they say it, it projects, they can see it in their eyes, hey, call mom, and they don't have to pick up no type of device. They're on the phone with mom, they FaceTiming with mom, and they're doing it all from their own brain. And everybody will be connected under this digital system. This is what they're aiming for. This is what they're aiming for by 2030. So you can expect in the next 3 years, there's going to be a lot. We think we're seeing it now. Listen, this year is already moving extremely fast. In 3 years, it's going to be something else to behold, y'all.
We've already seen 5G based hologram demonstrations. They already work, but then with the next generation technology, I mean, we could be having this meeting so that in reality we would be sitting in different parts of the world.
All right, well, I've enjoyed seeing you for the last time I'll ever see you in person. I look forward to seeing you in the next Davos. Thank you very much to our amazing panelists. And a wonderful.
It will definitely happen.
So they'll have holograms of each other. They don't have to meet up in person. They'll just have holographic images in the room like they are there. Imagine that. Imagine that. In 2 Timothy, in 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Listen, the word perilous means dangerous. It means difficult. It means stressful. And then Paul goes into how men would be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, prideful, arrogant, disobedient, lack of self-control. You're going to start really seeing these things increase, especially with the technology giving them more ability to sin willfully. It is going to be a cornucopia of wickedness. And it's going to blur the lines of reality. That's what's going to happen in this world. Peep this. Hold on.
So if you've heard about the digital ID,
The fact that I don't hear enough people talking about this is concerning. Elon Musk's Neuralink has gone into mass production. And for those who don't know, Neuralink works by removing a section of your skull and in that place putting a robot implant. That robot implant connects to your brain, which connects directly to the internet. And as always, I come with fact-checked information, so let's roll the clip.
Neuralink to begin high-volume brain implant production this year. The company will also move to a streamlined, almost entirely automated surgical procedure in 2026, Elon Musk posted on X. Musk added that device threads will go through the dura without the need to remove it, referring to the brain's outer protective layer.
This is not a Black Mirror episode, this is real life. The time has come for us to become as self-sufficient as possible. Luckily, I make videos on how to do just that. Follow for more.
They're trying to play God, y'all. The Most High warned us about this In Daniel 7:25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High and think to change times and laws. So they listen, that means there's going to be a powerful system attempting to reshape society altogether. You know, the idea of redefining norms, values, institutions, you know, that is what you're going to see. You know, nothing is going to be the same ever again. And as you can see, mass production is coming. And as far as surgery, they're talking about automated surgery, meaning the AI will be implanting the people. You can look at it like it'll be a factory line of people lined up, and it won't be surgeons that's putting these chips in. It will be automative. So they can do what? Not only mass produce these Neuralinks, but mass inseminate too. Yeah, not a lot of people are talking about this, but they've been setting the stage for this for a long time now.
All the technology that we use today is from DARPA, which is a part of the government. They handle all of our military defensive systems, offensive systems. They create all the technology that we use today. The first self-driving car was in 1984 by DARPA. So all the stuff that we think is brand new and amazing, they've been had all this stuff. That phone you have is from DARPA. Facebook, Meta, yeah, that's all DARPA tech. They all work for the government. Why do you think it's free? Because you're the product. The fact that they're giving us ChatGPT and all this great technology, isn't it great? Man, they had this shit 30 years ago.
Is DARPA American?
DARPA is part of the government, yes. Think of it like S.H.I.E.L.D. You know Marvel? Yeah. They're S.H.I.E.L.D. They're like part of the shadow government, which they get all their funding from something called the black budget, which essentially is above the government. They don't listen to Congress or the POTUS seat. They can greenlight any project that they want from the black budget and then just like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do this now. We don't have to have, the president sign off, Congress, nobody.
And this is gonna sound stupid, but I assume to get in that group with the black budget, you don't get elected.
No. Not at all. I mean, presidents aren't elected, they're selected. And this is why for the eighth time in a row, the Pentagon fails an audit. Surprise, surprise. They just failed an audit again. So all that money, right? This is what, think about 9/11. So we get hit. Some grainy ass footage of this plane, frame by frame, hits the Pentagon in the accounting department.
2 trillion was
2 trillion gone like that. Coincidence? I think not.
That was the goddamn grainy footage.
The scriptures tell us in the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 39:1, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. So through study, prayer, discernment, we will have all manners of understanding from the ancient. And we know it ain't nothing new under the sun. That's why we're able to quantify exactly what's happening. These systems and principalities really believe that they are on top. Like they really believe that they're advanced. Man, they far behind. We know what's going on. We know exactly what's going on.
To see the impact that digital ID is going to have on you, let's look at a country that has it.
How does it work in China? If you want to use a phone, you have to use digital ID. Depending on how you buy things, I can then extrapolate to figure out your behavior.
Behavior-based programmable money.
Right? And then I can create incentives in order to guide and control your behavior.
So in China, can they see everything that you do?
Yes, they can.
Messages you send,
everything.
Payments you make,
everything.
I was just early talking about this in 2012. I prepared early, but now I'm in the position to help you, and I'm creating a newsletter, and the link's in the bio, coming soon. To see the impact that digital ID is going to have on you, that's
the digital ID is coming to America. It's actually already developed and ready, and the people are primed and prepped for it. And they already are pretty much spying on everything. Now, I don't know. I got to show y'all something. I didn't know if y'all knew this was going on, but we got to talk about what Google has planned next, man. This is absolutely insane. We talked briefly about this not too long ago, but I want to share this with y'all because Google is planning to do something pretty crazy, y'all. And it's releasing 32 million mosquitoes. Yeah, Google is finna release mosquitoes. We got to talk about this for a second because all of this is connected. Peep this, y'all.
Bugs called those, and California, in an effort to quote stop bad bugs with good bugs. Called the Debug Program, Google's aim is to release millions of sterile mosquitoes to eliminate the ones that carry disease. On its project homepage, Google Debug writes, quote, attacking mosquitoes with pesticides is unsustainable because they're becoming less effective over time and can be toxic. And clearing standard water is not enough because people can never find all the places that mosquitoes breed. As a result, Google says a new approach is needed. They continue, quote, good bugs are the same species of mosquito as the bad bugs that spread disease. Our good bugs are male mosquitoes that have a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia, which makes them unable to have offspring with wild female mosquitoes.
Now, why in the hell is Google even doing this initiative? Why Google? Why the hell do they have millions of mosquitoes just chilling? Like what? When I say the world is becoming unrecognizable, it's like, what is happening? Do they only have mosquitoes? Does Google got birds? Do they got bees? Do they got other animals? Are we really to believe that Google cares about diseases spreading from mosquitoes? And has there been some record number of diseases within the last couple of years spread by mosquitoes all of a sudden? You know, these are the type of questions I ask when I hear things like this. Has there been some pandemic that mosquitoes have been spreading lately? What are they doing? What other animals does Google have? And what makes their mosquitoes different than others? Their mosquitoes have this, but ours don't have that. Okay. It's so many questions. Who engineered these said mosquitoes? Who's paying for the mosquito project?
This sounds crazy and dystopian, and I am terrified of the idea of thinking that not the CDC, not an
Look, that black side came out. She said, look, this sounds terrifying. It sounds like some dystopia stuff. She's right. Where the hell, where we do that at? She couldn't even hold that at.
organization that the government might trust with health decisions. But Google, the search engine, billionaires that want to do it their way are suggesting that they want to cure environmental issues on their own.
Well,
I don't know.
They're asking the government for.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know that I want Google getting into the environment and it becomes a for-profit situation. Like I want CDC and some organizations like that overseeing the environment. And that's the concerning part for a lot of people that like, okay, this one time and then it becomes what after this? Like I also was not the fan of the people just releasing pesticides over our heads. That was happening during our childhood.
Okay, I have some concerns too, but to steelman the argument for this is in place of doing pesticides.
Yes.
Which is the improvement.
Man, them insects, those mosquitoes probably gonna have all kind of pathogens. It's all kind of allegedly all kind of AIDS and bacterial infections and all kind of I'm not trusting these people. I'm not talking about just specifically Google, but I'm just talking about any major corporation that's trying to cure something. I just don't trust them. It's crazy.
they're saying we can't just keep using pesticides. It's bad for the environment. Pesticides are better than letting mosquitoes spread a huge amount of disease, particularly in Africa. A lot of they spread pain. They're bad. There's a pest. We want to get rid of them. Pesticides have harms to the environment. So this is a plan to get rid of them without doing pesticides, which is that these mosquitoes can't reproduce, so I guess it's all the female mosquitoes will come. They're gonna have sex with them, and they're trying, and it doesn't work. I'm a little. I don't understand though how that. I'm a little confused.
They
by
said
the
they're
plan.
releasing only male mosquitoes. Male mosquitoes don't bite humans. The males carry this bacteria, so they're gonna like you said, get
But they don't
kill each
reproduce.
other.
So then why don't these ones just all
The
die
eggs
off?
don't hatch. Yeah, they'll never hatch. They'll just be
Right.
eggs that just turn into something else.
Okay. So then there won't
and
be
then the
more of these
population will
mosquitoes,
crash.
though.
So.
I don't know.
I mean, more of the male ones that don't bite humans, allegedly. It says like more mosquitoes now for fewer ones later that carry disease. So I understand what they're trying to sell. I just don't know that I'm buying it.
Government-run pest extermination campaigns have a history of miserable failure. Have you ever heard of the 4 pest campaigns in China?
Tell me
this
about
is a great story.
So these things fail. They don't work. Historically, they don't work. And this is something that they really want to do, man. This is something they're going to do. I mean, it's being done. Now, this is interesting. The Bible tells us in Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22, it says, they kept neither lives nor marriage any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery. This is the product of social breakdown. It's not just economic and political. It's going to affect relationships, trust, family, community. Everything is going to be affected by the things that they're doing. You know, it's going to affect people's mindsets. Here you have some mosquitoes that's going to be going around that Google is releasing, and we don't know what the actual they're going to be doing. And it's important that you just focus on your family and focus on what's important and stay away from their technology, you know, as much as you can. Now, some of you all have heard about the water crisis due to the data centers that seem to be polluting water. We got to pivot over to that. We got to pivot over to that momentarily. Because I'm going to tell you what Bill Gates' plan was the whole time. The Most High, he gave me a download today. And I thought about it. Y'all. You know, this whole water crisis thing. I was like, yo, they planned this. And it's so Bill Gates. Now, hear me out, y'all. Some of y'all may remember this. A few years ago, Bill Gates was trying to get it so people can drink toilet water, turn toilet water, waste matter, into drinking water. So that peon by the name of Billy Gates, this is why he kept talking about the water crisis. And the data center situation creates the perfect storm for his investment, because he spent a lot of money in that program. Now, once you go back and you dig back a little bit, you see exactly what the plan and the plot was the whole time. See, look, only over here, New Breed Global Truth, we're gonna connect the dots. We're gonna piece this stuff together, y'all. We do not play no games. We are gonna piece it together. Now, I want y'all to peep this. Some of y'all may remember this, but it all makes sense now.
Hi guys, Max Scoville here for IGN News. As part of his humanitarian work, Bill Gates has shown off a machine that turns human waste yes, that means poop, into potable drinking water, and he's put his money where his mouth is. Well, I guess it's kind of the other way around. On his blog, Gates notes, the former Microsoft CEO describes watching piles of feces being processed through a machine, boiled and treated, the result being a glass of drinking water that he personally drank. The whole process is said to have taken about 5 minutes, which I'm willing to bet is longer than most people take to generate fecal matter in the first place. This new device is called the Omni Processor, a Gates Foundation technology that is set to begin a pilot program soon in Dakar, Senegal. It uses a steam engine to fuel itself, with clean water, pathogen-free ash, and extra electricity being its only byproduct. The processor also has a system of sensors that will allow its creators to help control it from afar during the pilot program. Gates said, "Our goal is to make the processors cheap enough that entrepreneurs in low and middle income countries will want to invest in them and then start a profitable waste treatment business."
Now, why did Bill Gates do this? Now, at the time, we knew that it wasn't any water shortages. It wasn't no issues. It wasn't no droughts. Why was Bill Gates doing this in the first place? Well, ladies and gentlemen, he was doing it because they knew what was going to happen with these data centers. They knew that the water supply would be poisoned. It would be toxic. And now his investment is being made valuable. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, mind you, the data centers aren't what you think they are. They're surveillance centers. They're mass surveillance centers. They just can't call them mass surveillance centers. The mass surveillance centers are destroying our water, and they're trying to roll out a plan to have us drinking sewage water. That's what they're doing.
The processor wouldn't keep human waste out of the drinking water, it would turn waste into a commodity with real value in the marketplace. It's the ultimate example of that old expression, one man's trash is another man's treasure. A lack of clean drinking water kills hundreds of thousands of people every year all over the world, so if this machine works, that's probably Nobel Prize worthy. And if it doesn't, well, you just watched a video about how Bill Gates drank doo-doo water. For more weird, totally mature tech news, stay tuned right here on IGN.
The unrecognizable. That's what somebody said it. The devil is a lie. Let's go and see. That's disgusting. And you got Bill Gates drinking that water. Listen, this man, he done drunk worse things than that. More than likely, he done consumed worse things than that. These are the reptilians. These people are eating children and all kind of things. They trying to get us to participate in their rituals because they used to eating feces, going to elaborate Rockefeller parties in the middle of the damn hills and some conclave, eating feces and urine and vomit. This is what they do. They trying to put that on us to try to ruin our frequency and our vibration. Telling you, man. But you know how we do, y'all. We got to piece these things together. We have to piece these things together. I just thought I would bring this out. It's always an honor and a blessing building with y'all, man. I see y'all. We didn't quite make it to 1K, but we almost there. As when you come into my broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get those likes up. You got to get those likes up. Of course, we will. I will be getting back to. I will definitely be getting back to my my uploads. Ladies and gentlemen, I just be extremely busy. I've been doing a lot of training. I just started a new channel as well. And everybody in here, I would like y'all to subscribe to my new channel. Matter of fact, maybe I can share a link in the chat. Let me see if I could do that for y'all real quick. I have an actual health and wellness channel that I've been working on. And all you got to do is type in New Breed Health and Performance in your search engine on YouTube. That's at New Breed Health and Performance. And the channel looks a little something like that. We've already, we're almost 500 subscribers. We almost at 500 subscribers. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I got my first video getting ready to be uploaded. It's actually an actual workout video, going to the gym, showing y'all this transformation that I'm on. I'm taking y'all on this journey. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. Also, I got an album coming soon, so I've been working on that. And more than likely, you'll find the first release on New Breed Universal ENT. That's another channel of mine. If you're not subscribed, follow that. The album will be released soon. I mean, we got like a few weeks, couple weeks, doing some finishing touches. I'm, getting things together, and it's been great. It's been great. So, support the work. Also, if you can, brothers and sisters, support me at New Breed Global Truth, as well as on Cash App. If you like the work, New Breed Global Truth on the Cash App as well. So, we got a lot going on between training, between making my album and setting up for this new channel, as well as, I got other endeavors I'm working on. I've been completely busy and kind of swamped. But however, I'm still going to give y'all those midday motivational talks that y'all signed up for. And you can expect me to come back in full swing. But I will appreciate it if y'all subscribe to everything. And in my fitness channel, for those who don't know, I went from 185. I'm going to be telling my story in the initial video, but I went from 185. I now weigh 167. Just gotten in better shape. Start taking the gym way more serious, taking health way more serious. And I want to just take y'all along with the full transformation, because I'm only halfway to where I'm trying to go. If that, I'm still building. I'm not perfect. And it's not about that. It's about showing y'all the journey and what I'm learning in the process of transforming. The goal is to get to 10% body fat or less, and then, continue this journey and just give my advice and things of that nature. But support the work. And, it's always an honor and a blessing building with y'all. Everybody who joined, I appreciate y'all's time, y'all's energy. If y'all want some healthy products that definitely will help you out with all that's going on in the world, HebrewCare.com is where you go. And I just want to thank y'all, man. With all that being said, I want everybody to have a beautiful evening. More material coming.